Okay, if you're any kind of a runner, you know that the latest fad, I shouldn't say fad, I take that back, because I think it's here to stay. But the latest innovation in running is to run barefoot. Now, running barefoot has been around for years, ever since man came into existence. We see the running barefoot. So it's nothing really new, but it's new to the running community, mainly because we've been inundated with the wearing of shoes, and the right shoes, and support shoes, and the cushioning shoes, and the speed shoes, and so on. You can go on and on and on. Take a look at any running magazine and you'll see so many different styles of shoes, and each one is supposed to be for this kind of a runner or that kind of a runner, and so on. Well, ignoring all of this, running barefoot is a great innovation. The more you can run barefoot, the stronger the foot you can have, and the more effective the run. However, running barefoot may not be for you. So just because running has all of these great advantages, and it's a great way to run and a natural way to run, it doesn't mean that you are now ready for this kind of running. For years you've been in these shoes. The shoes have literally atrophied the muscles in your foot. Unless, not completely, of course, because you can still walk around. But you still will have difficulty transitioning to barefoot running because of the weak muscles that are developed from wearing shoes. Your muscles are going to be much weaker. So this means two things. You have to start off very slowly. You can't just go out and do your usual run in bare feet. And secondly, you should prepare the muscles for the running. In other words, do a strength training program for the foot muscles before you start any barefoot running. Then you will be able to do the barefoot running without danger of injury, and you will enjoy it. I find too many runners today that I talk to, and they're limping and gimping. What happened to you? Oh, I ran a couple of miles in bare feet. My first run, it felt so good, but now they can't move. So you don't want to experience this. It's no need for it. Just like everything else, prepare yourself for it. Because something is good doesn't mean you can go out and do it right away. So this is what I mean by barefoot running may not be for you. Because if you're not ready for it, you should stay away from it. It's great, but prepare yourself for it. And especially if you're a heel hitter, you're going to have to undergo a change in your technique. If you try running the same way, landing on the heel, it's going to hurt. You're not going to be able to do it. So you're going to have to make some changes in order to run more effectively. Now, you may make some great changes that'll be good, but they also may not be very effective. So here, once again, try and develop your technique with shoes, and then transition it into the bare feet running. But develop good technique. Good technique means good technique for barefoot running and good technique for shoe running. We've been inundated by these shoe companies telling us we should land on the heel. That is incorrect. That's very inefficient. We should not be landing on the heel. It creates braking forces and creates injuries. So you should change your technique regardless of whether you're on running barefoot or in shoes. And if we do this, when you see the technique changes, you're going to find you're running regardless of whether you're shod or not shod, running improving tremendously. Technique is the key. Once you develop that correct technique, your running becomes so much more effortless and easier and comfortable. As a result, you're going to enjoy it a heck of a lot more. I find too many runners that struggle and are in pain and everything else when they run. It shouldn't be that way. Running is a great activity. You should enjoy it. It's fun. It's terrific, whether it's barefoot or with shoes. But have the right technique. and strengthen the muscles to withstand the forces that are going to be involved. These become the keys. Now, if you're new to the strength training for, let's say, strengthening the running muscles, then I strongly recommend you take a look at the second edition of Explosive Running. It has many chapters devoted to exercises that are specific to what occurs in the running stride, as well as technique. You'll never find technique analysis described in such detail as you will in the book. So by reading the book, you can get a good idea of technique, be able to change your technique, modify it, make it better, strengthen the muscles exactly the way they're used in running, and you're going to become a better runner to enjoy it even more. That's the beauty of running.